Let's talk about how to increase the number of referrals that your practice gets, regardless if you're a single doc practice or if you have multiple practitioners working in your place or even have 2 or 3 clinics. Hey guys, my name is Stefan from Practice Speak, and I do these videos because I think it's not fair when there are clinic houses out there that they just struggle to get new patients. They struggle to understand what business actually is when it comes to building a successful practice, and that information should be free for everyone. Now, some of you watching this video might not take any action. That's fine. Some of you might completely change your life and the way you practice and the way your patients experience your services. And there might be someone in the middle who are sitting on the fence and you're not sure, do I want to invest more into this? So I will let you be the judge. Just watch the whole video, please, to decide. Because I promise you, there's a bunch of writing behind me. If you implement one of those strategies, you're going to get 10 more new patients next week. If you implement 2 of those strategies, 3, 4, you'll be getting about 30 to 35% referral rate in a big practice. So we average... It's October at time of recording this video. We average about 104 to 106, maybe now it's increased slightly, on average, number of new patients per month since October this year. So for 2024, at the time of the recording, every single month, we average 104 or 106, I'm not sure which one number it is, but 100 plus new patients every single month. These are not leads. These are not people who are booked and not show up. These are people that we have processed that have been for a new patient consultation. What would that mean for your business if you can start generating those kind of numbers? Now, I'm not saying that we don't do anything else well, provide good service, provide great care, provide great adjustments, provide great diversified services across a multidisciplinary practice, because we do all those things as well. But let's just focus on how on earth do we generate so many channels of getting new patients. And one of our biggest channels, about 30% of that, is referrals. Now, if you're a business owner, actually you don't even have to be a business owner. If you're a chiropractor practicing, have practiced, or you are a business owner, you'll know the kind of patient I'm talking about. These are people who have heard about you already. You've passed the social proof skeptic test of what's chiropractic, can they help you, do they just click you about? Because whoever the patient was that they referred to has had some great experience with your company. So I want to focus on 4 points. And as I'm talking about these 4 points, I need you to think about your current business, your current situation, and what that looks like for your clinic as we speak. The more you build and scale your business, the more complicated, the more difficult it becomes to generate referrals. So when I said we do 30% referral rate across all of our practices, that's having 4, 5, 6 chiropractors across the board, having a lot of maybe new associates, sometimes even new graduates, which means that it's not the same as me practicing on my own in one room with maybe 1 CA, maybe no CAs, generating 70-80% of my referrals. Because that's what I did before I stopped practicing. If you looked at my practice within my practice, if you looked at me just practicing as a chiropractor within my practice, I was only getting referrals. I was not getting any new patients from other sources. But it's different when you're on an associate-based model. You have to look at this objectively. So what I was trying to say here is, bear in mind that 30% is out of 100 plus new patients a month. So, imagine if you can generate 30 to 35 new patients each month for your practice just from referrals. And more to the point, finding ways to automate that. So hopefully this video helps you get to that point. If you're watching this on YouTube, it's much more helpful. If you're listening to a podcast, this will also help, but you might want to refer to the video because I'll be writing some stuff down. So the first point when it comes to how do we increase the amount of referrals is, how do you create a culture of raving fans? What I mean by that is, how do you go from a stranger not knowing what chiropractic is to visiting a website to eventually saying to their loved ones, trusting them with the health to say, please go and see my guy, please go and see my girl, she or he, they are awesome. And that takes skill, it takes intention, it takes the business to really think about that kind of service that you provide. But the first thing is, and I always say this, is focus on the stuff that actually matters. That's the first thing you need to think about is, do I deliver a good service? Do I offer a good product? If you can choose the shiniest software if you can choose the shiniest X-ray facility, the best awesomeness, the most incredible machine or whatever, rehab center or tool, it's not going to outdo the work that you're not doing well. It's not going to patch the bad service. It's not going to patch the fact that you don't give people results. So that is the very first thing I need you to think about is, do I actually get results? People coming in for a specific problem, can I solve that problem for them? If you can't, go to do CPDs, hire yourself a coach, hire your mentor, find a practice that really can give you that mentorship program that you're looking for. If you're the practice owner and your chiropractor is not performing, how much time do you spend training with them? You know, the Practice Peak Mastermind that I run, half the questions now are about how do I make sure the team performs. It's not how to make sure I perform as a chiropractor. Because when you run a business, you've got to have that hat between, yeah, I need to be busy as a practitioner, but the diary of everyone else matters a lot more to your business. Not only that, your reputation, your brand, your name is out there. So everyone you hire, you better train them so that they perform the same service with the same delivery, the same outstanding outcome that you have done. So before we talk about any strategies on how to generate new clients from referrals, do you actually deliver a good product? Because then the second point is patient experience follows. Deliver a good service, deliver a good product, and that is the foundation of your success. Then it's ensuring that you deliver this awesome experience. So I said to you throughout the video, and I'm going to wake you up a little bit, I'm going to be kind of asking you questions. When I ask you a question, I want you to pause the video or at least think about how does that apply to my practice. So think about your current patient's experience from the time they see your brand somewhere. They see a couple of ads, they chat to a couple of friends, they finally make a decision to book. What does that experience look like from day 0 to month 6 since they've been with you, to year 3, to year 5, to year 10? So my question is, how can you enhance your patient's experience? Because when you have the wow factor, people just naturally want to refer to you. People naturally want to say, wow, these guys, like, they welcome me, they mention things that I've never heard before. They sat me down, they explained everything so clearly, so precisely. They made me a whole plan. They, showed me the results in front of me. I've never been shown my results being in sort of previous practices or being in NHS patient. So please, please, please have a think about this. Can you add any personal touches throughout the patient experience? I use a framework called Ford framework. And that is basically as personal as it gets. And this is how my brain works. I think in frameworks. But the Ford stands, the F is for family. Did you ask them about their family? Do you know much about their family members? The O is for occupation. So what do you do for a living? Hey, how is work going? Oh, I'm so sorry that they're cutting big roles in your company and I can see you're really stressed out. Remembering those things are super important. R is for recreation, knowing your patients from, by the way, these frameworks that I talk about, they're not just for your chiropractors or for yourself, they're for your CAs, for your massage therapists, for everyone in the team to use them. So F is for family, know their family. O is for occupation, know much about a lot about their work. Recreation is what do they do outside work, and D is for dreams. What are they like? The things that they only tell you when they get to know you quite well. And that really brings a deeper connection, deeper level of really knowing your patients. But please remember, this goes not just for the chiropractors, that also goes for the CAs, especially, in fact, the CAs applying those strategies. We have something called Lucky to Have You scheme. Maybe I'll mention that a little bit later on down the line. But this is for raving fans. This is how we create those raving fans. Think about some of the big companies. One of my private clients joked on the calls we had last week. And I said, look, I'm one of the bigger clients from my accounting firm. And every year, Christmas, they surprise us with a personalized hamper, and it has their brand on it. But it's not a hamper that they bought for £15. It's got like expensive wine, these types of cheeses. It's got their branding on it. It comes with this like wooden, quirky looking hamper, whatever it's called, box. And that's a wow factor. And I talked to my team members about it. I talked to my friends about it. I talked to my family about it. So how can you wow your patients with the experience that you provide or that they receive from coming to see you? The second thing is incentivizing. So do you, and if you don't, I strongly recommend you do you have a referral program that is set in place that your whole team follows step by step. So this is ours is called loyalty program or loyalty referral program. Call it whatever you want. The point of having a referral program is to create a standard operating procedure where the CAs, the management, the marketing team, the website, the app if you have an app, the chiropractors use the same structure to get more people to refer to you. Because once patients are excited from the results you've got them, they've had an awesome experience, incentivize them, give them a little nudge for them to refer to you. Types of incentives we can think about are gift cards, vouchers. One of my clients said they get people like vouchers for a local coffee shop, which is really close to the clinic, and then people can go and buy their coffee after a certain amount of treatment or that kind of stuff. Wellness products, you can buy them, like you can buy, I don't know, monthly, you can buy 10, 15 gift cards for £5, £10 for Starbucks and things like that. The world is your oyster. You can get really creative. We personally run quite a comprehensive program for referring, but it's because we have an app, and from the app we can send people links, and our software can measure how many links were sent last month, and out of those links how many people clicked book, and when they clicked book the patients get these bonus points, and that makes it really exciting, and it makes it almost like, it's called, the specific term is called gamification. So we turn things into a little bit of a game, and every game has levels, and that's what gets people hooked, and that's really important to have in your business. And if you don't have that, you're missing out hugely here. And it doesn't matter how many chiropractors you have working for you. It doesn't matter if it's just you working in your business. This is a concept that works regardless of the size of the practice. But yeah, ours is quite complicated and quite structured, and a lot of my clients that work with us sometimes might model or copy that model, and it proves to work for them too. So I know that this can be replicated on a bigger scale. Another thing to consider is when you're creating a loyalty program or referral scheme, making it simple and easy for your patients to use it. Think, do I have a digital app? Do I have a whatever, just like a paper card that you can stamp each time they come in, and they get a certain number of appointments, and when they hit that number of appointments they get a free treatment, or whatever you choose to do. There's so many ways you can do that, but the point is having that loyalty program massively helps your business. Here's my second question to get you, again, it's called pattern interrupters, to get you thinking differently, get you to think outside the box, and to actually take action. How can you use what we call virality? So things becoming viral, meaning like, if something goes viral online, it means lots of people sharing it because it's funny, or because it's valuable, or because it's educational, because it's entertaining. How do you make your referral program, your loyalty scheme, increasing in virality? And also, how do you gamify it? So think about those two things. How can I use virality and gamification in my referral protocol? Pause the video, write a few things down. Now your brain is ticking, now all the creative juices are flowing. I've got you thinking, and I may have actually sparked some of you to think, holy smokes, I don't even have a freaking referral program. What does that even mean? Give me a call, drop me a message, schedule a call with me. I'm happy to help people, because I am truly in this huge belief that there's no reason for any chiropractic business, especially in the UK, to struggle and not to be able to serve hundreds of thousands of people. We've done it many times. I've done it in my own clinic, and I believe this is the future. It's sharing the knowledge, information, and when people come to my mastermind, they pay me for the application, because we really make these things happen. So don't be afraid if you feel like, oh my God, I don't even have a protocol for referral. There's ways to do it. There's ways to do it badly. There's ways to do it in a way that's very effective. I'm happy to help either way. The third point here, once you know that you have raving fans, once you've incentivized them to refer, how do you plant the seeds consistently? How do we plant the seeds? And what I mean by that is, I want you to think about one word, and that is timing. Timing is key when it comes to referrals. And when I presented this topic to my private group of practice owners, and I said, look guys, when do you think your clients refer to you the most? A lot of people, in fact, the majority of the group said around the first progress check, maybe, when we're noticing people improving. And generally speaking, before I had the data points, I would have guessed the same for my business, until we started to measure and realized a lot of people are referring in that sort of third, fourth, fifth visit. So we have a day one, then we have a day two, and then the third visit is the second time they have an adjustment. They usually have their adjustment on the rough. And it's after the first or second visit from the treatment that people start to refer. I thought that was really interesting, but then it made sense. They've been wowed. We've provided awesome service for them. We've made it easy for them to refer. We've given them the tools. We've automated things. It's just the click of a button and their friend gets a referral. We've explained everything properly. And they feel safe and they feel like they are looked after. So why wouldn't you refer? And that is the highest level when patients are motivated to talk about you and to rave about you, because not many people go to a chiropractor. And if you go to a chiropractor and you've had a great experience and they've exceeded your expectation, you're going to talk about it. You're going to tell every single person from your nan all the way to your co-worker to go and see this person because they're amazing. So I want you to think about that. The timing is really, really important. But again, plant the seed. How do we plant the seed? Do you have simple scripts that you give to your chiropractors about referrals? Is your clinic environment set for referrals and where referrals are actually being encouraged? Where do you place your posters about referrals? Do you have referral cards? Do you have referral card stations? We have all these things. If you don't, I need you to think about this because this is really, really, really important. Timing. We used to give people the opportunity to refer on the progress check, which was kind of halfway through a care plan, and we realized a lot of these people were referring much earlier. So if we were to incentivize them earlier on, they would have referred even more by the time it comes to the progress check. So data is key. If you haven't watched my video on how to measure your key metrics, if you don't have my KPI success tracker, you've got to get that stuff sorted for your practice. It will, by the way, this is my guarantee. This is a shameless plug here, but I don't care. I know I'm doing a good job, so it's a incentive for you guys as well. When I work with clients and we present the program and we show them how it works on the inside, my promise to them is this no-brainer guarantee. And initially, before I started working in practice, I was a little bit scared to offer it, but now I'm like, it works. I know I can get any clinic. And my promise is this: if you don't see at least 10, 15K worth of extra monthly revenue added to your practice within 180 days of working with me, please take all the investment back and I'll literally send it to your bank account, because I know that's how confident I am that we can help people to add at least that amount of value in their business. And that's a reflection of how many people they help as well. So it's a win-win-win. Anyways, back to this. The final one, which, full transparency, we're still working on, is my practice. We've never been really strong at that. There might be some element of like location, but it's building a professional referral network. Referrals shouldn't just be limited to your patients. You can establish relationships with local wellness clubs, gyms, local healthcare providers, physiotherapists, GPs. I've never had much luck, but some of my clients have. And you can cross-refer. That's obviously a very, very logical step if your clinic is in a wellness center somewhere, or if you have a dentist next door or things like that. Gyms, wellness studios, partnerships, they might work really well. And before we finish the video, let's make it even more actionable. If you stop now and if you think about, do I have any local relationships established? If yes, list 3 more that you can think of that you can collaborate with. If you don't have any, write down at least 3 local professionals or businesses that you can actually go in and say, hey, there must be a win-win here. How can we structure this? I did it with a local gym that worked really well. One of my very proactive associates did that with another gym that worked extremely well too. So there's a lot of ways to get your referrals, but to summarize, you have to start from knowing your stuff and providing a good service. There's no point in me talking to you about my shiny loyalty scheme if you cannot deliver the results to the patients. You've got to incentivize them. You've got to plant the seed and make it easy for people to refer to because they actually want to. And finally, when you've kind of exhausted all the other ways of generating lots of referrals, can you provide a cross-referral network effect between other healthcare professionals and providers in your local community? So guys, I've got nothing else to say about referrals. I hope this was helpful. I really, really hope you watch these videos and it's not just another video you watch, because this kind of stuff, I run my practice day in, day out, generates hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of patients that you can help and can help you scale and grow your business to the point where it doesn't necessarily require you to work in it, which is what I do now. I stopped practicing a while back. Now I'm able to focus on the business and improving the customer service, and I can build teams, and I can invest in my teams, and I can mentor my teams, and it's brilliant. You might not want to do that, but at least having the ability to do that is beautiful and it gives you freedom. But you get there by applying this stuff. This stuff works. And if you really want to work with me, I cannot promise that obviously you will be allowed in the group, because it's a very, without sounding too big-headed, highly selected group that I have to almost interview everyone before they join the program, because I want to protect the group and I want to work with people who really want to be helped. If that is the case, I'm sure you'll find a way to book a free strategy call with me. If not, I still love you, and I'm still going to put content out there that helps lots and lots of people for free. Guys, thank you for watching. Until next time.